KeyPoint Health Services. Sounds nice, right? The name alone conjures images of a place where your health is the top priority, where you're treated with care and respect. Like a spa for your insurance card. You'd think it's a sanctuary, a place where you can unwind and let go of your worries. But let me tell you, it's more like a bus station waiting room. The reality is far from the serene image the name suggests. The waiting room is crowded, the chairs are uncomfortable, and the fluorescent lights flicker incessantly. And I'm not there for a relaxing foot massage. I'm a patient who's already stressed out, trying to navigate a healthcare system that feels more like an obstacle course than a support network. One of the lucky ones trying to make $11 a week last longer than a TikTok trend. $11. That's my allowance, my grocery money, my going out fund. It's a constant juggling act, trying to stretch every dollar to cover the basics. All thanks to whatever genius decided that's a livable wage for someone using KeyPoint's services. Spoiler alert. It's not. It's a cruel joke, really, expecting anyone to survive on such a meager amount. This isn't about pinching pennies. It's about making impossible choices. Do I buy groceries or pay for my medication? Do I save for a rainy day or try to enjoy a small luxury? It's about performing financial CPR on a piggy bank that's already been smashed open. Every day feels like a battle, trying to piece together a life from the fragments of what's left. And all the while, the appointments keep coming, the prescriptions need refilling, and the bills don't stop. It's a relentless cycle, one that leaves you feeling exhausted and defeated. But amidst all this, there's a glimmer of hope. Community support, people who understand and share your struggles, can make a world of difference. Together, we can navigate this challenging landscape, one step at a time. Let's talk numbers, folks. $11. That's what some people have to live on for an entire week. A decent cup of coffee costs more than that. Imagine having to choose between a single cup of coffee and your entire week's budget. You can barely get 2 gallons of gas with $11. And that's if you're lucky and gas prices are low. And this is supposed to sustain a human being for 7 whole days. It's not just about food. It's about everything else you need to survive. Someone needs to tell KeyPoint that inflation is a thing, and it's not as fun as they remember from the 80s. Prices have skyrocketed, but wages haven't kept up. This isn't about budgeting, people. It's about the harsh reality of trying to make ends meet when the numbers just don't add up. This is about basic survival. It's about the stress and anxiety that come with not knowing if you'll have enough to eat or a place to sleep. We're talking Maslow's hierarchy of needs, bottom-tier stuff. The very foundation of what it means to live a dignified life. Food, shelter, the ability to afford pants without holes in them. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. $11 a week doesn't get you dignity, it gets you despair. It gets you a constant struggle. A never-ending battle just to survive. We need to do better. We need to ensure that everyone has the means to live, not just exist. It's time for a reality check. It's time to take action and make a change. I'd love to see the people who came up with this $11 plan try to live on it for a week. Actually, scratch that. It's not just about the money. It's about the sheer lack of understanding of what it means to live paycheck to paycheck. Imagine having to choose between buying groceries or paying for your medication. Imagine the stress of knowing that one unexpected expense could send your entire life into a tailspin. I wouldn't wish this level of financial purgatory on my worst enemy. It's a constant state of anxiety, a never-ending cycle of worry and fear. You wake up thinking about money, you go to bed thinking about money. It's exhausting. But seriously, how out of touch do you have to be to think this is acceptable? It's like these decision makers live in a completely different world, a world where they don't have to worry about the price of milk or the cost of a bus fare, a world where financial security is a given, not a distant dream. We're not asking for the moon here. We're asking for basic human dignity. We're asking for a living wage, affordable health care, and a social safety net that actually catches you when you fall. We're asking for a chance to live, not just survive. We're asking for a system that doesn't treat the poor like financial lab rats. A system that recognizes the inherent worth of every individual, regardless of their bank balance. A system that offers support, not judgment. A system that understands that sometimes life throws you a curveball and you need a little help getting back on your feet. Whether it's a job loss, a medical emergency, or any other unforeseen circumstance, everyone deserves a second chance. Not a swift kick while you're already down. We need empathy, compassion, and a willingness to help each other out. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. And a society that leaves its most vulnerable members to fend for themselves is a society that has lost its way. Section 4. Clean clothes, empty stomach, the impossible choice. Let me break this down for you. Do I do laundry this week, or do I eat something that's not ramen noodles for every meal? Do I buy bus fare to get to my doctor's appointment, or do I risk my health because I can't afford the trip? These are the choices I face every single week. And don't even get me started on the luxuries. A movie? Forget it. A meal with friends? Please, I can barely afford to breathe. This isn't living, it's existing, and it's exhausting. Section 5. Your turn. Survive on $11. So, I have a challenge for you. Next time you're at the grocery store, pick up your usual haul. Then, put back everything except what you could buy with $11. That's your food, your transportation, your entertainment, your everything for the next 7 days. Feeling a little uncomfortable yet? Good. Because that discomfort is a tiny glimpse into the reality faced by millions of people every single day. Section 6. A better way. Dignity, not pennies. We need to do better. Key Point Health Services. I'm looking at you, but you're not alone. We need a system that provides real support, not poverty tourism. We need empathy, not empty platitudes. It's time to stop treating the poor like problems to be solved and start seeing them as people who deserve a fighting chance. Let's ditch the $11 plan and build something better. Something that gives people back their dignity, not just a handful of pennies.